Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay and welcome back to our Might and Magic VIII 100% completionist Let's Play. One thing I should point out is that the starting point for this episode isn't quite the same as the ending point for the last episode. So at the end of the last episode we did some training. Mainly we just gave one level each to Elspeth and Ithilgor. And instead of loading that one, what I instead did was I loaded the autosave from before we went from Daggerwound to Alvar. And you might be wondering, why are you doing this? Have you already messed something else up? And fortunately this time, it isn't a case of me ruining something, but rather spotting an opportunity. And, I thought, let's take advantage of this rather than letting it slip. And what do I mean by that? Well, so one reason why I was so intent on getting these two training sessions done, advancing the time to January 20th, was because I knew Murmur Woods was close to resetting. And the reason I was anxious to get it to reset is because it has 3 horseshoes in it. That's 6 free skill points, which is always, a good deal no matter how you look at it. But then I realized there is one other thing in Murmur Woods that we haven't even seen yet, because it just wasn't on my mental radar the first time we were there. So we will start out by taking care of that, and then we will do everything else that I had planned. All the other things that I mentioned, we'll get Murmur Woods to reset, we'll get the horseshoes, we'll go to Garrote Gorge, we'll get those artifacts, and a few other things. I think we might even go to a new location this time around. I'm not going to say anything about it just yet, but you know what? First, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. We are in Murmur Woods, and one reason that I know it hasn't reset is because I can see far away there are already the dots of enemies that we've previously encountered. I guess that's the farthest we can zoom out, but the way this game works is that if you are in a map for the first time, or if it has newly reset, then these dots will only be put on this mini-map once you get close to the enemies. Let me cast Invisibility just so I can demonstrate. See, even at the furthest edge of the map, these enemies are already there. Okay, so we know it hasn't reset. Now, what's the point of all this? Well, if we go to the north, I believe there's going to be something for us. There we go. Contest of Luck. As I went into great detail about last episode, I think, contests are one of our objectives. Now, contest is, you can think of them as different tiers of stat check, like I can't say challenge, I can't even say game, because both of these are terms for actual variants of these, but let's just call them stat checks. And if you pass the stat check, then you get the skill points. I already went over this, so I'm not gonna go over the whole thing again, but contest is tier 2 out of 4, and if you beat it, you will get 5 skill points, and to beat it, you need 50 skill points in the relevant stat. And in this case, I actually messed things up slightly, because what I should have done was, before I cast Invisibility, I should have cast Day of the Gods, but you know what? I'm not going to go all the way back because we're not really fighting these guys, and we're just going to flee immediately afterwards. So let's cast Day of the Gods. You know what? I've changed my mind. I am going to go back and I'm going to do this properly because I do want all of my characters to get it. For the purposes of completionism, only the main character, only myself, getting these stat checks completed counts. But for the purposes of just common sense, we do want all of our characters to get free skill points if they are on offer. Now let's do this properly. Let's cast Day of the Gods. Now you cast Invisibility again. And now we'll be able to do this challenge undisturbed. The reason I did this is because we do want all of them to do it. And if you're getting hit by enemies, sometimes they will become unselectable, which makes it a real pain if you want a specific character highlighted while you're doing something. So this is luck. All of us are easily meeting the requirements, so let's do this. 5 skill points for all of us, and confirmation that we have won. And before I forget, I'm gonna make a note in my notebook that the contest of luck has now been done, which means we have now taken care of 1 game, 2 contests, 1 test, and none of the challenges. The challenges really are a challenge because you need 200 in the relevant stat, which is very hard to get to without very high level A Day of the Gods. For some individual stats, for instance, this gives you 100 might. It's easier to do, but you don't have stuff like this for every single stat, so... Or you might not unless you somehow found all of the artifacts. And you won't have this early, it's just mathematically not possible. Okay, so that's done. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to... well, we can just town portal back to Alvar. Excuse me? Yeah. And we are going to do the training that I did last episode. Excuse me, and that I did last episode.
The store's closed.
Okay, we spent a bit too much time dilly-dallying. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. We'll, you know, rather than just sleeping on the ground, let's actually spend our money at one of the local establishments, you know,
A quiet room,
helping out the local economy and all that. Buy local, you know, that good stuff. Now, let's do our training. Sorry, I still can't train. It'll be a while before we find a place that can allow her to gain more levels. But what we can do is we can give you 1 level.
Excellent.
Now we're gonna leave. Now we're gonna give you 1 level.
Excellent.
Now we're gonna leave. And it's the 26th of January. Now what we're gonna do is we are going to... 16th. Okay, this was my save last episode. Because it's the furthest date. Okay, so I'm gonna save here. Now we are going to go back into Murmur Woods. And we are going to do 1 more contest, assuming my math is correct, or rather my memory, because I think this is after we... It's more than 1 year after we entered Murmur Woods for the first time. We don't really care about these ogres. We will probably be dealing with them later on in the episode. And now... I think it has reset because... the enemies that are marked are only the ones that are close to us. So now let's do this in the correct order. Day of the Gods, and then Invisibility. Okay. So now you see how we're going and enemies are popping in on the minimap as we get close to them. This is one of the several signs that the map has reset. Okay, the first thing we want to do is, it doesn't really matter what order we do it in, but we do want to get the 3 skill points. Let's see, sorry, the 3 horseshoes for the 6 skill points. And again, we're looking for a triangle-shaped formation. It's hard to see, but this, and this, I am pretty sure are going to be our horseshoes. Or have I messed up? Did I get the vertices of the triangle wrong? Well, the other 2 should be around here somewhere. Okay, so that, I think, these were the 2 western ones, and this one should be this way. Okay. We've picked them up, and again, I think there are only 3. If you know of a 4th, like, I haven't combed this map, but if you know of a 4th one, let me know. What I will do, though, is I'm gonna just give all of them to you. As quickly as I can, I want to get his light magic up, because that is going to be our key to beating the tests. Right now, we are very far from even having a chance to beat the first test. And again, I'm going to give everything to you, except for intellect. Everything to me, rather, to myself. This guy being my alter ego in this game. Bit of self-insertion role-playing situation. I mean, he doesn't really look like me, but I mean, although I say that, I recently got a haircut, and through sheer coincidence, right now my hair does currently look like this. But that, it was not planned. It kind of just happened. So just don't read anything into it. And yeah, sure, I'll give this to you. Although, like, the test we have is a test of intellect, which kind of sucks. I do want to give the intellect to you, but I don't think, in the long run, I don't think it'll matter. Okay. And now, already so much time has gone by, but I think we'll be fine. In a worst case scenario, okay, well, our invisibility either ran out or we never cast it. So what I've got to do is I've got to go back to the green zone, because I don't think you can cast invisibility while you are in a dangerous situation, or what the game considers to be enemies being dangerously close. Now let's go back and do the test, and that'll put you at 13 skill points. Not quite enough for another level in light magic, but getting pretty close. So right now, okay, well, I guess we've got to open the spellbook to see this. Right now, all spells are cast at 4 times skill, and I guess you would have to... So Day of the Gods casts stat-raising spells, and you'd have to look at the individual stat-raising spells to see how that works. But like, the rule of thumb is for each extra point you put into it. So I'm gonna save the game here again. So right now our might is at 105. That was before we raised this by, taking those horseshoes. Now our might is at 109. So because it's at 4 times... God. Gotta wait for these. Well, that didn't work. So I'll just load this because that was just for demonstration purposes. So because it's like 4 times skill right now, each extra point into light magic is giving us +4 into that stat when we eventually get it. And right now, it's a contest of speed. I actually got lucky here, because what I should have done is the moment I entered the map, I should have checked what the contest was. to make sure it wasn't one we already did. So that was a bit of a blunder on my part, but we got lucky. This is one we haven't done yet. So we will get even more skill points. Even more skill points. Very close to getting another level in light magic. Next on our agenda, what are we gonna do? Because we do want to go to Okay, I don't know what I was thinking there. I should have known that master town portal will not work when enemies are nearby. Now I've got to do this awkward zigzag shimmying, make sure I don't get hit by enemies while I find a safe spot that will allow me to extricate myself from this dilemma of my own creation. Okay, now, what do we want to do? Because we need to get to around February 10th. So I think the easiest way is to go to Ravenshore. Or... You know what, yeah, let's go to Ravenshore. Let's do it this way. Okay, you know what, let's do it this way. First, we'll go to Ravenshore. Actually, do I want to go to Ravenshore? You know what, I think before we go to Ravenshore, we'll go to that other location that I briefly and vaguely made reference to. I was like, oh, we might go to a different location. I think that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna go to, I think, the Iron Sand Desert. So before I do that, I just gotta look up the map on my phone just to make sure I know exactly where to go, because you do have to go to the exact correct spot for what I am planning to do. And if you are veterans of this game, you know exactly what I'm planning to do in the Iron Sand Desert. If you're not, or like if you don't know all the secrets, then I will leave it for, I'll leave you in suspense for just a few minutes, because we are going to find out pretty soon. Alright. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Sorry, I'm taking a long time, but there are a few different things that I need. Okay. Yeah, let's go back to Alvar. Wow, I am all over the place. Let's go back to Alvar. To get to the Iron Sand Desert, the easiest way is to fly east from Alvar. Hey, what's this? Was this a barrel that we never got to? Or has this map reset? I don't think this map is reset. Or has it? Has it? Did I miss this many barrels? I'm actually getting worried now. No, the horseshoes aren't here. Did I really just leave those barrels lying around? Wow. I guess I just never turned around and looked back. Or I was blocked from seeing them by the houses or something. Anyway, let's try and focus a little bit. I know it can be hard to focus in games where there are just so many different objectives, but we gotta keep it together just a little bit. Now, in the Iron Sand Desert... Okay, this is annoying. Like, you know, you see what I mentioned, right? About it being hard to select individual characters while they're being hit. So right now, the first thing I need is for you to cast Flight. We need to get the hell away from these annoying ranged enemies and to get to a safe spot. And now, We'll cast Wizard Eye. Now, well... Oh, it's the good music again. Nice. Now... First thing I want to do is... I want to fly... to the north. Oh, that was some... awful damage. Oh, there are enemies there, which is... kind of garbage. Kind of garbo. I do want to be invisible. Because there should be a test. Somewhere here. I think that might be it. Off in the distance. A test of might. Which we've already done. No. No, we did personality. Now this is ideal. Do you know why? Oh no. It's not ideal because Ithilgor doesn't... He can't wear the Berserker's belt. I was like, oh, we can just pass the Berserker's belt around between us and we don't even have to cast Day of the Gods. But I think we do have to cast Day of the Gods. So let's do that. Ah, you're so close. Do we have anything that's might boosting? Ugh. I mean, we can get you to 97? Or...
What is it?
Accuracy? Like, is this might boosting? No. What would have been such good luck if it had been?
I have no idea.
What about all of these? We haven't identified any of them. Accuracy +3.
I have no idea what that. I have no idea.
Okay, if one of these ends up being might
I
boosting.
have no idea what that is. I have no idea. I have no idea what that is.
Because dragons can wear rings. Okay, that obviously isn't. And amulets. That's giving you spell points, but
Never seen
not the thing that we need. Oh god. It's
What is it?
not the end of the world if it doesn't happen. We'll just come back. It's just frustrating because we're so close. Oh hey, we did it! This is giving us +3 might. Oh, but you can't wear gauntlets. Right? You can't wear any piece of armor.
It's of no use to me.
Really, we're gonna be short by 1 might. Hang on, there were barrels around, right? Is there a red barrel? Please. This is our last chance. Orange, no. Red, yes. Yes. There, we've done it. We've done it. What a legend. What a clutch play by Alistair right when his team needed him. Although I say that, and an even easier way would have been to do this and do that and then cast Day of the Gods again. Okay, so I think this episode I'm resigned to the fact that it's going to be just entirely running around areas doing stuff like this. We're probably not going to get around to actually exploring Alvar, but that's okay. I'm enjoying this a lot. I know it takes a specific kind of gamer to enjoy like very technical play like this, but I personally love it. Okay. Okay, we're not gonna spend skill points just yet, right? Yeah, see, now we have way more might than we need. And let's cast invisibility again. Okay, now let us go back, find that contest, sorry, that test. 7 skill points is beautiful, and 7 for you, and we're gonna have to pass this belt around a little bit. Although, no, you can beat it even without the belt, so we'll just give it to you. You don't need the belt either, wow. Pretty mighty party we have from the looks of it. So 7 more points for you. 7 more points for you. Okay. Alright. With that hullabaloo out of the way, let us mark this down. Let me mark this down on my notebook that we have done the test of might. Okay. Fantastic. Is there a tavern? There is a tavern. So the next thing we're gonna do is I'll save here.
Hey, we have a customer.
We'll get some
Sorry, it's
food.
what we got.
We're gonna play Arcomage. Victory conditions. Tower of 75. Okay, that's not bad. And you start with a Tower of 25. This shouldn't be that... shouldn't be that long, hopefully. Let's just build up our wall. Let's do that. Let's do... Oh. Okay, let's do that. He's building up his wall a little bit too much. And I want to play this, so I'm going to save for that. I do want to hit his tower with this, ideally. I'll just play this. God dang it. You know what, let's play this. Now let's play that, give us a bit of a defense. I mean, sure, let's do that. Some long-term investment. Huh. Let's do that. Our wall is looking in pretty sorry shape, but so is his. Well, like, he just built it up again. Let's do that. And, ooh, this is good. Now let's, well, damage him. And we're getting some nice tower cards. That sucked a lot. This... Oh my god. Okay. That's not good. Let's do this. Yeah, sure, let's play that. Alright, let's do that. He's getting unreasonably lucky with the defensive cards he's getting, and even with some of his offensive cards against us. But isn't that just always the case? Okay, this is a good card. Let's just ruin his day a little bit. Oh my god, speaking of days getting ruined, what a card for him to get. Okay. Neither of us have any kind of wall. You know what? Let's just do that. Yeah, see, like the cards he's getting are just too good. Are you actually serious right now? Are you... Okay, finally we got a nice card. But then so does he. Yeah, we should do that, definitely. Oh my god, are you actually serious? Okay, we've reined him in a little bit. A little bit. Let's do that. Are you... Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Let's calm down. What can we do? The answer is nothing, because our cards are absolute garbage. And he just stole our wall. Okay, I am clearly on tilt right now, full tilt mode. Okay, some tilt action going on. We kind of need to do this. Like, he's too close to winning. Oh my! Are you? Ugh. Yeah, see, he just won. That is outrageous. It's outrageous how lucky he got.
Hey, we have a
And
testament.
frankly, I'm shocked and appalled.
Sorry, it's what we got.
Alright, let's do this again. Oh god, okay. I'm gonna have to put another note now because this is taking so long. Like, and I don't want people who don't want to sit through all these failed runs to have to do that. I'll have to put an annotation now, be like, hey, skip to 4 hours later when I finally stop having awful luck. Oh god, okay. Let's do that. Let's play this first. Oh my, like already the nonsense has started. Already the garbage has started. Oh, yeah, see that's fair. Playing Phase Jewel and the Dragon, that's totally cool. Whatever, I'm over it. Okay, let's see if we can salvage this situation. This is gonna hurt him more than it hurts us, but let's wait for him to have more recruits. Steals our wall again. Actually, no, that time it hurt us more than it hurt him, so that again was not great. I'm just gonna build up my wall. Like, I don't know what I can do if he keeps getting cards like this. So let's do that. I don't even know what I'm trying to do. I don't have any good cards. I guess we can do that. He just keeps building his tower. And we're about to lose. You know, why even pretend we could win from that situation? Let's just
Hey, we have
go out and come back in. Okay, that is a good card. So let's try not to throw this run. That's gonna be good. Yeah, sure, let's play that. I probably shouldn't have played that, but that's okay. This is the run, surely. He's gonna be more hurt by that. Although he is getting some pretty good cards. I'll discard that. Let's just go ahead and play this. Right? Well, first let's play this. Because that gives us +2. Now let's play this, and despite us having played Dragon's Eye, somehow his tower is still stronger than ours. Let's do that. Okay, this could be good. Let's build up our wall. Let's do that. Okay, this is shaping up nicely. Very nicely, so let's play this first. And some gems are gonna help us out a lot. I mean, sure, let's play that. Although I guess maybe I should have built up my wall, but it doesn't matter because I think we've won. I think we have won. Let's play this first, because it could help us play other cards. And the difference is only +2 in how strong the tower is. Now we just need to survive or not take damage for a few turns while we prepare to play Diamond. Okay. Oh god, this is actually pretty tense, but this is good. This gives us the wall and some buffer to our tower, and finally, we just won. Okay, that was a gosh darn ordeal. Okay. But we had to do it. Oh, and while we're on the subject of Arcomage, it occurs to me that we didn't play Arcomage in the tavern in Garrote Gorge, so when we go back there later in this episode to get our next round of 3 artifacts, we will go ahead and do that. And speaking of artifacts, now finally we get to the main reason I've come to the Iron Sand Desert. And what we're doing is, let me save in this slot. What we are doing is we are looking for a rock. When we hover over it, the game will tell us that it's a rock. And I think this is the rock. Okay, this is nice. And then when you open it, there will be an artifact. Now, this one, I'm pretty sure, has been documented to only have 1 artifact inside it. But just, you know, just to display best practices. If you weren't sure about how many artifacts were going to spawn in a chest that could potentially contain artifacts, and if, like me, you weren't being helped by the Greyface patch, what you would do is you would open up, you would save the game before opening the chest, before interacting with the chest. Now, the contents of the chest are already determined, right? They were set the moment we entered the map. Those aren't going to change. However, the arrangement is going to change. You'll see this is, like, all the items are the same, but they are in different spots. And if I load it again, I was wondering if we didn't need Sorry to open it because she wasn't doing the, ooh, I disarmed the trap little bit of dialogue, but I guess we do need her because it is trapped. But anyway, as you can see, each time we've opened it, they're in different arrangements. Now this one, it's obvious that there's nothing else just because there are so few items in it, and it's just so much space. Like, if there was anything else that could possibly spawn, it would have spawned in this massive space to the right of this chest. So we know there's only one thing. We also know what this is. The game is finally taking pity on us after that, you know, being a bit mean to us with what happened in Arcomage, and we've been given a pretty good artifact. This is one we saw before, but we had to let go of it, you know, when I had to load my old game to get that seer note. But yes, we've gotten that again. And all these barrels that I'm noticing I haven't interacted with, it's making me a bit worried. We have already done the test, right? Like, excuse me, because I'm pretty sure I did this, then I went to town and saved. But all those barrels are kind of making me question myself. No, we've already won, of course. I guess I just missed those barrels because I was okay, I made the same mistake twice in the same episode. You cannot cast a town portal while there are hostiles nearby. Now we go to Ravenshore, and it is Monday. If we'd gone there yesterday, we could have taken the coach to Garrote Gorge, but as it turns out, we have to make the transition over land instead, which I'm fine with. But before we do that, let's actually buy some food. So we are running a little bit low.
Make yourself there.
Ooh, one thing I should point out, Iron Sand is on a 1-year reset timer, similar to Murmurwoods. Similar to the Garrote Gorge exterior. Like, Garrote Gorge exterior, Murmurwoods, we really only care about for, you know, like, the horseshoes and, you know, the contest. But Iron Sand is important because it also has an artifact in it. And before I go to Garrote Gorge, I should talk, because I could have gone to Iron Sand earlier. Why didn't I? I guess there was no good reason not to. I guess the main reason was I wanted to do other stuff, like completing quests and exploration. And I felt that once we did some of that stuff, it had gotten a bit too out of sync. Like right now, Iron Sand is roughly in sync with Garrote Gorge and Murmurwoods. But if we had gone there at some random time, then it would have been too crazy to keep track of when it's going to reset. And that's just a surefire way to screw yourself out of artifact spawns if you miss a respawn by accident without, you know, getting the artifact. Anyway, that's kind of why I did that. I mean, it wouldn't be an issue if you're completely crazy and you keep like a spreadsheet of like every time you enter, but I don't want to play like that. It would kill the immersion, so I want to play normally but safely. And so I thought this is a safe time to enter Iron Sand because of how close it is to the other areas resetting, and we can kind of hit them all in one fell swoop. Now, what do I want to do? What I want to do is I want to look for one specific trainer. We're not going to explore the Garrote Gorge, you know, like the town yet. But there is one trainer, the Sword Master trainer, that I want to hit up pretty quick. So just give me a moment. I'll have to look this up. Okay, Sword Master is pretty close by, I think. So, Stormlance Residence, I think. I'll save over this because we've already gotten our artifact. And this person right here is going to make us a master sword person, and Leanne Stormlance eventually is going to be one of my permanent party members, because after we complete her quest, we can recruit her into our party. we're not gonna do that just yet. One thing we are gonna do though is we're gonna come up here and, well, first of all, confirmation that the exterior has reset is readily visible. These delicious, delicious horseshoes. We're just gonna give all of them to me. I need them. I'm not being greedy. I know you're like, oh, it's like, what a coincidence. You're role-playing as this guy. You're taking all the barrels. You're taking all the horseshoes. But no, I do need them. Better light magic is going to help the entire party, right? So just back off, okay? I'm doing this for all of us. Anyway, anyway, let's now do Arcomage here. Getting all the boring stuff out of the way before we do the exciting thing, which is going to the Dragon Caves.
Make yourself at home.
I sure will
There
get
you
a
go.
bit of food and another Tower of 75 situation. Sounds good. Oh, we got some really nice cards. Now let's see how I managed to screw this up. Okay. Well, he had a good start too. What do I do? Kinda, you know what? Let's do that. Plus 10 wall, gain 5 gems. I don't think is a good idea. I will play this because we might get a good card, but instead we didn't. But we got to discard that for free. And is this gonna... You know, let's just discard this. And now let's attack him. We might be able to just take him down straight up. Okay, this is gonna happen. But although this is a very tense situation. Oh, if our magic was higher, we could have done damage to him right now, but instead, or like we could have done damage to his, like more damage to him, is what I'm trying to say. I'm being very incoherent. Let's just do that. Very tense. Very, very tense. Oh, we were so close to taking him out. We were so close to doing it.
Make yourself at home.
But let's do it. Let's get a better... Like, we were so close. I'm actually a little bit upset. I got a little bit too greedy. If I had played like one defensive card, we could have still beaten him. But I gambled it all and I lost. Let's do that. Well, let's hurt his quarry a little bit. Alright. Are we gonna win this the slow way? It's looking like it. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Would have been so nice to just destroy his tower. But, you know, you just gotta get over it. Yep, get a bit of tower out of that. That's okay. That is gonna. This is gonna win the game for us. We just need to not squander, and oh, we can still win as long as we don't take any more damage to our tower and we don't squander any of our gems. Squandering a few gems, but we only need 21, and we'll have 22 at the end of this. But like that means we can't play this, obviously. We can't play this, so I'll play that. And finally, we have one. This one wasn't that bad. The Iron Sand Desert one was really, really bad. And we have now won 8 times in the 8 different taverns we've been at. 2 of them each in Alvar and Ravenshore, and the rest of them are like just 1 each in all the other places. Okay. Now we get to do the final thing for the episode. I guess anything in these chests? We'll see what these rings are.
I have no idea what that is.
Alright. And you know what? I've got to give all this stuff to you because you identify. I've got to give this back to myself. You got the Berserker belt, good. And we'll identify this, and even though we already know what it is, I'll hold on to it. We'll identify all the artifacts together. Let me just quickly give all... What? Not the stuff that's already identified. What are you doing? All the unidentified stuff.
What is it?
To Sorry, because then she can do something about it. That's just something to sell. That you can hold on to there. Okay. Bit of inventory cleanup. And now... Now, let's do the thing that we came to do. And this is going to be the last thing we do for this episode. Alright. So...
We could get hurt.
You see, she said that. That means it's reset. Even though it's full of only friendly creatures, when they first enter it, they'll say something. But then subsequently, nobody's going to say something. And of course, we know it's reset because of all these delicious, tantalizing blue dots. Okay. Let's cast that. Let's actually be a little bit clever this time. Let's cast invisibility. That way the dragons won't instantly start moving towards us when we go past this. I've shown that you can do this without invisibility, but with invisibility is definitely much easier. So with invisibility, you can just walk very, 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 very far. Surely this is far enough. Now let's load. Indeed is far enough, and now nobody cares. We can even get rid of our invisibility by walking next to someone, and nobody will mind that we are just walking around in what should be a restricted area. Alright. Now let's see what we find. I'm so excited. Like, each time we come down here, it's just... Like, what are we gonna get? The anticipation is... Honestly, that's half of the fun. And the way this is designed really enhances that, because it's not just a straight path to the horde with all the artifacts. You gotta walk around, you gotta walk through, then you have one final bend where you've gotta walk all the way around. And I think that's just brilliant game design, because the entire way it's just prolonging the moment of anticipation. I love it. Alright, now let us relieve these dragons of their gold. I think that might be the...
Who knows?
The Lich Crown, the Crown of Dominion, yep. It could have been some other crown, but for some reason I had a feeling that that's what it was going to be.
I have no idea what
Ooh, that's a nice looking dagger.
I have no idea.
That might be finality.
I have no idea.
Oh, this is
what that
the lucky hat.
I have no idea
Garbage.
what
Garbo item.
that is. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea what
Yeah,
that
these are just good pieces of leather armor, but not, you know, nothing special about them. Like, they might have good enchantments. We'll find out very soon. So let's go back to Alvar this time. We're not going to be able to get to the shop in time because it's almost 6 p.m. So let's spend a night in the Prophet House.
Your supply, a quiet room.
Top up our food. Now let us identify all our stuff. Starting with
How can I help you today?
all the pieces of armor, the lucky hat. Luck plus 90, so in that sense, I guess it's fine. It'll help some of our party members beat, luck stat checks. Except for the dragon, obviously.
I have no idea what
Body
that is.
resistance. The Medusa, okay, that's a good one. I'll actually give this to you. Because it's better than nothing. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll enchant that and we'll just
How can I help you today?
we'll just sell. Okay. Crown of Final Dominion. Now this is a good one. Of Dark Magic. Dark Magic I don't care for that much. Intellect is fine. But it looks really cool. And that to me actually does matter quite a lot. Random cloak. Random boots. And that is all that you can identify. Okay. And this has to be finality. Because nothing else could be an artifact.
We carry only the finest.
Yes. The two-handed sword finality, which is a relic. It does very decent fire damage, slows the enemy, but decreases speed, which is a pretty bad debuff. But you can counteract that by, just raising your stats really high. And the lightning crossbow has finally returned to us. And what you can do is you can now dual wield swords, so that boosts your damage as well as your attack rating. So for now, just use this regular cutlass, and of course use this. Only Dark Elves can use that. You will lose a lot of accuracy, but again, our Day of the Gods is going to help out. And this bow can go to you. It's a pretty substantial upgrade. Alright. And you can hold on to this. Journal scrap, old scroll. Cure disease. Stone to flesh. Getting a bit crowded. You can even hold on to this. And the last one we found was the lucky hat. Which, it just looks so dumb. For that reason alone, I'm not going to have any of my party members wear it. Except for if we need it to beat some stat check. Other than that, it's just going to sit here permanently. Should be able to put this down, right? Yeah, okay. Arranging things a little bit efficiently. Okay, so now I also have made a list of artifacts similar to my list of challenges, and I'm going to mark down each of the ones we find. So far, we've found 8. Like, the ones we already had were Elson Rail, Breaker, Longseeker, the Herald's Boots. Those were the artifacts. The relics we found were Trident of Rulership, Staff of Elements, Ring of Fusion, and the Berserker Belt. And so what have we found now? Well, we found the Lightning Crossbow. Got that in the Iron Sand Desert. Let me just check that off. We found the Lucky Hat. That was one of the 3 we found in the Dragon Cave. We found Finality, which is just a... I think out of all of the names of the artifacts, that is my favorite one. It's just a great word. And the last one was the Crown of Final Dominion. Okay, yeah, this is an artifact because it doesn't have any negatives. For some reason I thought this had this is a relic with a negative. So I was looking for it in the wrong list, but no, this is an artifact. So we found that as well, and so far we have found 12. Like including both our artifacts and our relics, we found 12 special items. Okay, and nobody can train because we did literally nothing in this episode that gained anybody any experience, but we did some other really important stuff. We got some of the stat checks done, and even more importantly, 4 more artifacts in the bag, including going to Iron Sand Desert for the first time. All right, now it is time to bring this episode to a close. I know we didn't do much questing, we didn't do much exploration, we just dashed around and got a few of the made some progress on the overarching completionist goals for this game. But we're done with those for a while because we'll be waiting 6 months for the next reset in Garrote Gorge, and 1 year for the next reset in the other places. So for a while now, we're going to be focused on actual proper gameplay, starting with next episode, which is where we will finally get around to exploring Alvar. I think we'll start with just we'll start with killing all the hostiles. I think we'll start with talking to everyone, because there are some trainers we need to get to, some quests we need to pick up. Then we'll kill every hostile entity on the exterior map, mostly the ogres. And if there's time, we might do a quick quest. So that is the plan for next episode. For now, it's time for me to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, do consider leaving a like. And if you're enjoying the series, and if you want to follow along, do consider subscribing as well. But in either case, I hope to see you when we come back to this Let's Play. So until then, take care.